Hey, what's up guys? ShineGreymon here once again. And so today, here comes Death Battle number 3. This was asked by one of my subs, MLG Gaming I think. You know, he asked in the last video if I would make a death battle of Justice League versus the Avengers. So, just to quickly make sure this is understood, I'm going to be talking about... What? Okay. So, yeah. Basically just to talk about it, I'm going to be using Avengers from the Disney XD1 Avengers, just Avengers, and then Justice League from the TV show Justice League. I'm just doing that to make sure that that's for Origins and for original team makeup. Then for powers, I'll base it off the comics. So really that means for Justice League, we have Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, and Wonder Woman. And for the Avengers, we have Iron Man, Thor, Ant-Man, Wasp, and Hulk. But I'm actually gonna throw in, since there's only like 5 of them, and there's like 7 Justice Leaguers, I'm just gonna give them Captain America, who joins a bit later, and who else joins? I'm just gonna also give Captain America to their list just to give an extra guy. And so, really, not just based off powers, it's just that more of that you have Superman. You know, powers come from yellow or blue sunlight. He has super strength, vulnerability, things like that. So overall, he's a very powerful fighter, and he's one of the most powerful members. But some of his weaknesses are just involved that it's kind of like he's not completely invulnerable, he's not like virtually invulnerable type thing. Like he can be hurt, so it's pretty hard. He's just one as powerful as Darkseid to actually, because he's technically was like a regenerator. So yeah, overall Darkseid overall definitely. I mean, not Superman is very powerful. Super breath, things like that. And then next on the list you have, on the list is Martian Manhunter. He's about as strong and tough as Superman. His weakness is fire, which is a pretty rad weakness. He can morph in different things. He has a high intellect, not as great as Brainiac's, but it is pretty powerful. It's pretty significant. He overall is just extremely powerful. And Superman has actually referred to him before in the comics as the most powerful being in the, kind of like in the universe type thing. Most powerful being ever. Which, I mean, it kind of shows power. That Superman himself would be willing to say that. So yeah. Then next on the list we have Wonder Woman. She has her lasso troop, which is powered by magic, and forces you to obey whatever she says. I mean, whatever the wielder says, actually. And weakness-wise, I'm not gonna count the really bad weakness that was decided to be given to her, where like she embraces on my band, then strength. I'm not gonna count that ability. But I mean, so I'm gonna have to do a more modern version of her. But that's only because otherwise she could be kind of crappy. And if I was larger than I am, I'd probably have a bunch of people calling me sexist, because I mean she would get steamrolled. Just like, Thor blasts out lightning and it wields her wrists together. Yeah. Come on. But yeah. Next on the list, we have Hawkgirl. She wears this like apparatus made out of nth metal that grants her the power of flight. She has also nth metal mace. She's very intelligent. Like was an archaeologist before she took off crime fighting. So that's her powerful things. Overall, out of all the Justice League members included, she really actually is probably the weakest. Just saying. She probably would be considered the weakest. And with maybe Batman coming in second. But next on the list after that would be... Probably next on the list after her would be... yeah, I'd probably be going with... Yeah, next is Batman. You know, like, genius. He's a genius. He has a bunch of good gadgets. He actually could take out the whole Justice League, mainly because of his different knowledge and stuff like that. But guys, I'm going really quick on this because I don't want to go spend like an hour talking about everyone. I could. I actually could. Like, there's that much information on them. But so I'm trying to be as quick and concise as possible. So that's... And then lastly, we have Green Lantern. He has his power ring that lets him do virtually anything with it as long as he has enough willpower. The weakness of his ring is that it does need to be recharged. But of course, for this fight, we're going to be always count good conditions. Because according to that, we also count, hey, what if Iron Man doesn't wear a suit? So, yeah. Next, then that's Justice League. Then for Avengers, we'll start with Captain America. You know, classic super strength, things like that. He has a nearly unbreakable shield made out of a vibranium and steel alloy. You know, it's considered almost unbreakable. I think it's only been broken by cosmic beams. So overall, it's pretty powerful. So yeah, it's very uncommon for someone to actually kill him. So, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, next on the list, after Captain America, is Iron Man. He is just... Iron Man. Tony Stark, genius level intellect. He has his suit, which provides, you know, different kinds of weapons, just repulsors and rockets, things like that. He has flight, things like that. Then you have Thor. Talked about in my last video, so I'm just going to save time and not mention him. Then you have Hulk, being fueled by rage, superhuman strength, great regeneration, superhuman toughness. He can't exactly fly, but he has super jumping ability, basically. He's powerful. And then lastly, we have Ant-Man and Wasp. Ant-Man can become giant or huge. When he's small, he's considered Ant-Man, and he's able to like force insects to do his bidding. If he's big, he becomes Giant Man, which actually, when it comes down to it, Giant Man kind of exaggerates like almost everything out of Hank Pym except for some reason his like invulnerability. It's kind of crazy. And then lastly, you have Wasp. She only can become small, but she does have powerful stingers, Bioshock stingers that do really good damage. So just, yeah. And finally now I have to decide, who do I think would win this? I personally would have to go with the Justice League on this, because just when it comes down to it, I mean, you might just say that I really enjoy like a bunch of different heroes that are involved, like Superman, Thor, they're all awesome heroes. But I'd have to go Justice League because the thing is, both teams do have major heavyweights. Okay. Mainly if this fight would go, it'd be like, okay, so Hawkgirl would be taken out really easily. Just like Iron Man, just go ping with his repulsors, or Cap with his shield, and bam, Hawkgirl's pretty much helpless. Because she's not that good of a fighter really outside of that. She and Hawkman, Hawkgirl, not that good. And so, yeah, I would have to go with, I actually would have to go with, Justice League though still, because that makes it be 6v6. Captain America versus Batman, I would have to say Batman would win that. In fact, there actually was a death battle made on that by like, the most famous death battlers. They decided, and they said Batman would win, and I would agree with that, because Captain America is pretty good. Like, he's a good person, but he's not, he's a good fighter, he knows pressure points, but he doesn't know them as well as like Batman does. Batman's a better martial artist. Captain America may have that shield, but Batman has a lot more gadgets. Plus Batman, you know, he does a lot of skills against like more superhuman beings, while Captain's not. So there's a bunch of weaknesses for that. So there's a bunch of like weaknesses for him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So it's overall thing you have next. Really, if you mention on this, you win. Because even though Martin Manhunter, I mean, he's kind of a little fire, but who can actually put out fire? I mean, he can actually blast out fire. Thor can blast out lightning. I mean, I guess you can count that as fire, but that'd be kind of a jump. And Hulk can't do fire. He's not red. So the point is, he can't really provide fire. So the answer which have is two ways. Superman, hey, there's no kryptonite that the Avengers can pull out. So therefore, like, he would not have that big weakness. He is harmable, you know, by magic, but Thor's Mjolnir is magical, but it's not like really considered much of a magic weapon as one would think. So I actually would not go with, so really, so the point is that, but yeah, for the other side, Hulk can be defeated. Thor can be defeated, so I mean the point is heavy hitters, just simply by heavy hitters. It's like kinda obvious who would win. And then lastly you have like Giant Man, Wasp, and I haven't mentioned Green Lantern. Oh yeah, and Flash. Oops. But even then, it's not that much of a significant thing. I mean, they're not even that good. Fine, Flash is super good, but the point is, there's not as many people, and really when it comes down to it, Superman himself could beat all the Avengers. Easily beat all the Avengers, just Superman himself. Superman himself could beat all the Avengers. In fact, probably even Martin Manson could beat all the Avengers. It comes down to it. So, even then, the point is, all the Avengers could be beat. I mean, like, those people could take out all the Avengers by themselves. Much less the entire Justice League. They take out, like, far more powerful beings, such as Darkseid and things like that. Avengers haven't done much. I mean, like, whenever they get against, like, superpowered beings, like cosmic beings, they have to usually, ask, like, Silver Surfer for help. So I would have to go with the Justice League on that. I do like the Avengers, but Justice League just will destroy them. Far more powerful heroes, and the Avengers can't exploit any of their weaknesses. So, yeah, I would say that. Overall, though, I mean, it's kind of a close. It would be kind of a close fight. You could say, some people might argue, mainly because Superman would have to be kind of to protect some of the other heroes. But not really, because yeah, they're just far. In fact, probably most of the Avengers can single-handedly take out the Justice League. Batman and Hawkgirl would probably be the only exception. Green Lantern, well, he's extremely powerful, powered by will. So yeah, I would have to go. Whoa. Yeah, I would have to go with them. So yeah, just comment below, who do you think would win that death battle? Who do you think would win this? And comment below and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.